Today we are going to talk about the strange split between Stiles Stilinski and his terrifying dark half, Void Stiles. But don't get too comfortable, because what you're about to dive into isn't just some dramatic twist in Teen Wolf. No, it's a psychological roller coaster, wrapped in supernatural chaos, dripping with mind games and malevolent laughter. This isn't your typical Jekyll and Hyde situation. It's far worse. Just picture this: your best friend is standing in front of you. He's joking, he's sarcastic, he's Stiles. But then something flickers in his eyes. A grin curls up just a bit too far. And suddenly, you're not looking at Stiles anymore. Welcome to TV series. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notifications bell for more videos. Because what we're about to uncover might just change the way you see Stiles forever. Stay with us, because the next few moments will peel back the layers of one of Teen Wolf's darkest and most brilliant character arcs. Let's dive into the split that tore our hearts, chilled our bones, and made us laugh and scream at the same time. Stiles versus Void Stiles. From the very beginning, Stiles was the comedic heart of Teen Wolf. The loyal sidekick. The human in a world full of monsters. He made us laugh when things got too dark. He was the guy with quick wit, sarcasm sharper than a hunter's blade, and a heart that beat louder than any werewolf's roar. But what happens when that very same heart becomes a weapon? Stiles' descent into darkness didn't come with flashing lights or dramatic music. It crept in. Subtle. Silent. Like a whisper in the night. It all started with Anemoton, after he and Scott sacrificed themselves to save their parents. But that act, noble as it was, cracked the door wide open for something ancient, sinister, and deeply manipulative to sneak in, the Nojitsune. Now let's pause. Have you ever looked into a mirror, stared at your own reflection, and for a split second, felt like the person staring back wasn't quite you? Like there was something else behind the eyes? That's exactly what happened to Stiles. Except in his case, the reflection didn't just blink differently, it took over. Void Stiles wasn't just a possessed version of Stiles. He was a twisted amplification of everything suppressed. He was chaos wearing Stiles' face. And what made him truly terrifying wasn't the glowing eyes or the shadowy Oni at his back. It was how much he still felt like Stiles. The same face, the same voice, the same smirk. Except, the laughter came with blood. The jokes ended in screams. There's one unforgettable moment where Void Stiles, sits with Scott, pretending everything is fine. He laughs, makes a snide remark, and even acts confused. But then, in a flash, the illusion shatters. And you realize, the monster was right there all along. Wearing a smile. Psychologically, this split wasn't just body horror. It was identity horror. Because here's the scary part, the Nojitsune fed off pain, off chaos. But it used Stiles' own intelligence, his memories, his guilt, his fears. The demon didn't override Stiles, it became him. So what exactly was the difference between Stiles and Void Stiles? On the surface, everything. Stiles cared. Void Stiles killed. But underneath, they shared the same tools. Both were strategic. Both brilliant. Both could manipulate a situation with words alone. It's like handing a scalpel to a surgeon and a serial killer. Same instrument. Different intent. But the same potential for damage. Remember when Void Stiles orchestrated Allison's death? Not by lifting a finger, but by letting others walk right into his trap. The worst part? He smiled while it happened. That's what made him the scariest villain in the entire show. Not brute strength, but emotional warfare. And let's be honest, the scariest monsters are the ones that don't growl. They whisper. But here's where it gets twisty. There were times, just brief moments, when Void Stiles made us laugh. The dry delivery, the smug one-liners, the overly dramatic pauses. Sound familiar? That's because the line between Stiles and his Void counterpart was paper thin. The audience was laughing, and then horrified, then laughing again. It was genius. It forced us to question, where does the real Stiles end and the Void begin? There's a reason fans still talk about Void Stiles like he was a separate character altogether. Dylan O'Brien pulled off a miracle. He didn't just act possessed, he became two people. And the more we saw Void Stiles wreak havoc, the more we realized this wasn't just an enemy to be defeated. It was a part of Stiles himself. And isn't that the most terrifying thing of all? That the monster is us? Let's not forget the emotional weight of it all. The heartbreak on Scott's face when he realized he couldn't trust his best friend. The tears from Lydia when she saw the boy she loved being torn apart from the inside. The sheer powerlessness of Stiles' father, Sheriff Stilinski, watching his son fade into someone he couldn't recognize. Yet through all of that, the real Stiles fought back. Not with claws, but with will, with resistance, with humanity. There's a symbolic beauty to the final confrontation, when Scott bites Stiles to try and save him. It was desperate, yes, but it was also poetic. The werewolf saving the human. The alpha trying to pull his anchor back from the edge. Then Lydia's banshee scream, her voice, the one thing that cut through the chaos, finally reached Stiles. It reminded him of who he was. That beneath the layers of shadow and manipulation, he was still in there, fighting. It was never just about the supernatural. It was about the battle inside a person. The struggle between light and darkness. Between control and surrender. And Teen Wolf executed that theme masterfully with the Stiles Void Stiles arc. Now ask yourself this: if you were in Stiles' shoes, if something ancient and powerful offered you escape from your fears, your guilt, your anxiety, would you have resisted? Could you? And what if the people around you stopped recognizing you? Would they fight for you? Or abandon you? Teen Wolf didn't give us easy answers. It gave us characters who broke, healed, and broke again. It gave us the best friend who became the villain, and then the hero again. That's why the Stiles vs. Void Stiles arc remains one of the greatest psychological conflicts in supernatural TV history. Because it reminds us, the scariest battles don't happen in the woods. They happen inside our own minds. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Did you find Void Stiles scary, or strangely charming? Could you tell them apart immediately? Or did the confusion mess with your mind too? Please like, share, and subscribe for more. We've got more deep dives into the Teen Wolf universe coming your way. And if you're still here, you're a true fan, and we see you. Until next time, remember, it's not always claws and fangs that make monsters. Sometimes, it's a smile.